Hi guys, TJ here, back with another video for you. I thought I'd do a very quick video, in fact, and talk about one of my favorite subjects. Some of you can probably guess what my favorite subject is, and it is deal packaging. So there's a lot of noise going on around deal packaging at the moment, and I think it's important that you are aware of what's going on and how to make sure you're not caught up in the web. Now, just to give you an overview, deal packaging, and I can only speak for one aspect of deal packaging, which is the rent-to-rent and service accommodation side, because that's what I know and that's what I do. So all the other type of deal packaging, land, flips, all that kind of stuff, this might not apply to you. But if you're planning to get into service accommodation or rent-to-rent, or you're already in that space, then this is going to be crucial for you as you try and grow your business. So deal packaging essentially is you go out there and you find a deal for an investor. That investor pays you money. Now, what's happening in the market, what's been happening for a little while, is someone says, hey, deal packager, I would like a deal. The deal packager says, okay, cool, I'm so busy, my life is so hectic, so what I'm going to do so you don't waste my time is I'm going to charge you the full fee. And because the investor is naive or new or trusting, they give the full fee, which can be £1,000 to £5,000 in this case, to the deal packager. The deal packager gets them to sign some sort of contract, which is probably not worth its weight in paper, and decides not to deliver on that deal. The problem is, this investor has paid that money to the deal packager. The deal packager then has a number of excuses and says, I cannot deliver the deal. However, in their contract, they might have clauses such as, if you pull out of the deal, or if we can't find your suitable unit, we will replace it. However, again, if you speak to any solicitor that's worth their weight in gold, they will tell you that sort of contract would not stand up in court. The fact is, you can't have multiple deal replacements. There has to be a cut-off point. If you cannot deliver at a certain point, you give that person their money back. But let's rewind just for a second. I've been deal packaging for quite some time. I've done a ton of deals, and I've never had to say to someone that, can you pay me before I deliver a deal? Why? Because I'm wise enough to know that in the rent-to-rent or service accommodation game, where we are dealing with estate agents and lettings, there are so many variables that can happen before the deal is delivered. So why would I take money from somebody to say, hey, pay me money, I'll go and tie you up this deal? Doesn't make sense. There are so many variables, such as the estate agent might let it to a normal tenant. Another service accommodation operator might get there before you. You might not pass referencing. So we'll talk about that in a second. You might not pass referencing. The landlord might pull out. Why would you give yourself the headache as a deal packager of having to refund somebody? It's just a greedy way of doing business that you decide to hold on to someone else's funds so that you don't have to find new clients. And that's a lazy way of doing business. If you cannot deliver, in fact, forget about if you cannot deliver. If you cannot deliver, give the people their money back. But if you cannot deliver, then don't be in the game in the first place, because all that's doing is it's watering down the entire market. Trust factors are all-time low. No one trusts a deal packager, and this is why every single person should develop the skill sets on how to deal package themselves, how to find their own deals. But how to make sure before you pay someone. So let's say you found a deal, you agreed on whatever you've agreed on. Before you pay that person any money, what you need to do is ask some questions. Before you hand over any money, find out how their model works. Before you sign their contract, what is in your contract? Read the contract, seek to understand the contract. Because of course there are some unsavory people, but at the same time, as investors, we're getting ourselves in trouble by not doing the right or asking the right questions. So question number one, how does your contract work? If you can't find me a deal, what happens next? Why should I pay you a fee up front? Now, some of the excuses you're going to hear is, well, people tend to waste our time. Well, I'm not a time waster. In some cases, if you're 100% certain, then pay a small or nominal fee. And that small or nominal fee is more than enough for any deal packager who's actually got a ton of clients. Look, I'll tell you one thing for free. What I teach my clients on deal packaging is get yourself an abundance. And that's what it should be in life. Have an abundance of clients, of deals, of everything. So you're never reliant on one. And that stops you from being a sado taking people's money. But if you want to find out whether a deal packager is worth it, questions, ask them the questions. Then also in this climate, as it is right now, find out from them if they can give you 5, 10, 15 people that they've worked with. Not one person, because it could be their uncle or their cat. Not 2 people, because it could be a family member and their dog. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 people that they have worked with that you're willing to speak to, that they're willing to allow you to speak to. If the person doesn't have anyone that they're happy for you to speak to, then I wouldn't be so quick to throw my money over. Now, again, this might be a bit contrary because, as I said, I teach people how to become deal packagers and how to sell deals, so on. So it might make it a little bit difficult for them. But again, these are the things I tell them. It's going to be difficult for you in this season as a deal packager because there are some people who are messing it up for some people. But at the same time, if you're a deal packager and it's your core business and you're here for the long term and you're trying to make money from this business, then do you know what? You're just going to have to weather the storms. Now, for someone that's brand new and says, well, I haven't worked with anyone yet. Well, this is the thing that I teach all the time, provide value. If you've never sold a deal, now an investor is saying, can you give me evidence or give me reviews or give me testimonials of people that you've worked with, and you don't have any of those, provide evidence of value that you've provided, because there will always be someone that's happy to speak out regarding you if you've provided value. But if you're so focused on getting that cash right now, today, then you're not going to win in this game. So ask questions, find out what their process is, find out how they deal with situations that come up. Find out if the deal is exclusive. Find out if it's already wrapped up. Find out if the landlord is fully aware. Find out, ask questions. Any thought that goes through your head, genuinely ask that question. And if the deal packager is upset that you're asking the question, then walk away. There are tons and tons of people that can find you deals. Deal packaging is not exclusive to just one person or one company. There are tons of credible people that will go out there and find you deals and not require you to pay any money up front. And again, I have to say, in the rent-to-rent or serviced accommodation game. I don't have time to be refunding people because a deal doesn't go through. I understand people are time wasters. I understand people change their mind. I understand investors get excited. They hear about service accommodation. They say, oh my God, I want to get in there. And then all of a sudden they get you running around chasing deals, and then they disappear. Listen, it's part of the game. You're dealing with human beings. And I understand some of you might be really entrepreneurs, so you want to put barriers or obstacles in place. But at the same time, with the way the condition is at the moment, with the way the market is at the moment, there's no trust, then what I would suggest is find another way of making sure your client is staying in the game. If you're so worried that they're going to run away, then get multiple people. It's a scarcity mindset. It's a fearful mindset. Oh, I've got one deal, I've got one client, they must go ahead. No, have abundance of clients. But again, I just wanted to make this video, so let me just re-clarify this, because everyone knows I love a good rant, especially when it's something that I do. If you're going to pay any money over to a deal packager after they found you the deal, ask questions. Don't be disrespectful and say, can I speak to the landlord myself? Because that's never going to happen, because who are you and why am I going to give you access to my landlord before you've signed or before you've paid me? You could go behind my back. Equally, there are dodgy investors as well who will go behind your back and try and take your deals, but that's another story. But before you pay any money to anyone, ask those questions. Secondly, ask for testimonials, ask for reviews, find out who they've done business with already and what those people have to say about them. If no one's got anything positive to say about that person, then guess what? You might have dodged a bullet. Don't be so quick. Yeah, look, I have to reiterate, serviced accommodation is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Rent to rent is not going anywhere. We might see greater and tighter regulations coming into place, okay, but it's not going anywhere. So you don't have to rush. Number 2, do not get attached to one single individual deal. Even for myself, I might see a deal that's so amazing, but I will never get attached to it because there are so many variables before that deal can be delivered. You find a deal on Rightmove, you find a deal on Zoopla, you get really excited, you call the estate agent says, well, no, sorry, we don't do that kind of thing. And guess what that does? It dampens your spirit. You say, oh, this stuff doesn't work. Don't get attached to one deal. Get attached to a location. Get attached to a location. I hope that makes sense. Get attached to a location and do your magic in that location. But there are so many variables to get one deal, just even one deal. As good as I am, as many people that I've taught, as many deals that I've delivered, I can't guarantee every single deal because, as I mentioned, there are so many factors in place. So why would you pay someone beforehand to find you a deal that they haven't tied up, or they're not exclusive on, or I don't know, like, it's a bit frustrating because, as I said, it slows down the market. It slows down everyone's enthusiasm. It kind of puts deal package on a back foot, which is good because it will mean the decent people will rise up. But at the same time, there are tons and tons of people that are losing money because you're not asking the right question.